let's give it a try. We're recording now. So,
okay,
everyone, we are here with Renee Body, and we're going to do vegan chili today. And it's perfect weather, even in Florida, because it's a little damp and chilly. So chili's perfect.
Yes, it is. And this is a request that we had in last week's show. So if you have a request of something that you'd like me to make, just let me know, and we can make it next week. So this, I have my slow cooker here, and it's the slow cooker that has a, it browns and sautés. So I am going to, it just clicked on, so it's going to start doing its thing while I start doing some of my chopping. I use this olive oil from
it's one of the
Trader Joe's.
oils that is supposed to be real. Trader Joe's. A lot of the oils are fake. They're the mafia is doing all kinds of things to them, adding in not real olive oil and other things. So Trader Joe's gets a good review.
Thumbs up. Okay, and it's has a peppery finish, and
what brand of slow cooker are you using?
I'm using a Cuisinart slow cooker, and I like it because the insert comes out, and I can also on the website I make amazing vegan chili, and I make it all in the crock pot, so it's like all ready to go in 15 minutes. And this is my secret. It is Frontera Grill Chili Starter, because I started using this because the kids, when I make chili, it's always a little something different, right? It's the vegetables taste different because vegetables taste different at different times of the year, and sometimes I have certain things and sometimes I don't have certain things. So one of the things that I found is that when I use a starter like this, it gives a consistency and the kids know what to expect, right? And that's when you're introducing lots of vegetables to kids, you want to have a consistent, a little bit of consistency. So I have, I start with my onion. And these onions are from my CSA. And so my last CSA pickup was in mid-October. So what I've done is I've started a small cellar, if you will, in, why isn't this coming up? A small cellar, if you will, in the garage. So it's just a cardboard box, and it's a cardboard box inside a cardboard box, and then it keeps all my vegetables from being frozen out there. So I just also finished up a acorn squash. So that was a long time for acorn squash to be out there, but it was perfect. So, you know, a lot of people, because they don't have enough room, right, for all of the vegetables and things. So you can see, you can hear them starting to cook up a little bit in there. And then, so I like layers of flavor, right? So I onions. I always.
We're losing your sound a little. I don't know if anybody else is having a problem.
Onions.
It's not it's the bandwidth. It's
Oh, it could be because okay, I can't fix that, can I?
No, just keep going. Yeah.
Okay. I like to add my celery next, and I don't really. I'm making two. I'm making 2 chilies. So this will be for the other chili and this will be for the next one.
Okay.
I had an emergency order for 2 chilies. And then these carrots are from the CSA as well. And you know, I thought for sure they would freeze out there, but they didn't, and they're just beautiful. And so I did some research on carrots, and you can keep carrots in the refrigerator for up to 6 weeks. I mean, I knew apples you could do that with, but I had no idea, you know, I mean, we go through carrots so quickly that this is the time I don't like that knife because it's too high up here. And I like the idea of this crock pot because as I'm chopping, I can, it's a natural way to just add in the flavors. So by the time I get finished cooking one veggie, the other veggie is ready to go.
Yeah. And it's important to saute those vegetables when you're making something like soup or chili. You can't just throw it in water and boil it. It just doesn't have the right flavors.
Well, and then I have another trick coming up that I do with the other thing with when you're taking someone from canned soups to making real soup. Oftentimes, the thing that they have the problem with is that mouthfeel, that flavor, and there's 2 things that you can. I'm not wearing an apron. I just noticed that. Flying into the house. What was I just saying, Chef Dennis?
Talking about 2 things with the difference with canned.
Oh, yeah. So when you have that, when people are expecting that mouthfeel, the way to get that, I've found, is to just add a little bit of flour or corn flour, which is what I'm going to use today, to kind of thicken it up a little bit.
I can't imagine anyone preferring a canned soup, though. I mean, you eat it when you have to, but if I had a choice of homemade or canned.
Well, you know, my girls have soup every Tuesday and Thursday, and they like homemade soup, but they also still every once in a while want that, you know, that Campbell's tomato soup, the red can Campbell's tomato soup, and they want that with grilled cheese.
Yeah, tomatoes.
You know, and that's like, you know, I think like as Americans, that just must be in our culture, you know, in our DNA to want to dunk that in.
Yeah, it took me a long time to come up with a soup that they preferred over Campbell's when I was at the school.
And then these are these little peppers. And I know I used them last week. And when I'm chopping them for soups, I start at the bottom, the skinny part. And then I just go up. And then I just try and get as much as I can of the peppers, because you know, waste not, want not.
I love the little peppers because you get to use just what you need. You don't have to, and you can put different colors in.
And they don't go bad as quickly. And I'll show you what I do for the kids for their lunches. Even though this is, I should just do a show on kids' lunches, shouldn't I?
Sure.
the kids' lunches, what I do is I take this top part off like that, get as much as I can, and just take the seeds out, and I put that right in their lunch. And they eat it like, well, they eat it, and all the kids are asking them, what are you eating? So they're my little advocates, right? And hummus, eat a lot of hummus. And the kids at school are always, and the parents who do lunch duty, are always interested in what they're eating for lunch.
Hummus is great. It took me years to learn what it was and then to start eating it. And it was taking me to make it was what it was. And then after I made it, I was it was delicious.
Yeah, I was lucky. I in Michigan, and I'm just adding to this. I'm just going to add, I added that little bit of olive oil in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Now I add just a little bit of
chicken stock or vegetable stock. I'm sorry. I know. I caught myself after I said it. Vegetable stock.
It's organic vegetable stock, and it's one which I normally don't use, but it's the only thing that the store had last night, if you can believe that. It did not have any of the other. It did not have any other. It was bare. Like the shelf was bare. I couldn't believe it. Okay, then oh.
So I like that you're using more vegetables in your.
Chef Dennis, where is it? I know I left you. So in my white bean chili, what I like to use is smoked or roasted ground cumin. Mm-hmm. And then this.
What was that? Adobo. I lost that.
Oh. Adobo seasoning.
Okay. Adobo.
Oh, I could go this way with it. I don't know what camera to go to.
Is this recipe on your website?
It is on my website, and it will be on my website again. I'll put it up with the. I just sprinkle that in. Not a lot because the kids don't like a lot of the seasoning. And this is where I would add my
thanks, Graham.
This is where I would add my corn flour if it were. I would actually. I'll add it in now because I. Oh, it's looking pretty good. So when you add the when you add the broth, it kind of just keeps it from sticking a little bit. And now that you can see that broth has, evaporated up, and that's one of the aspects of adding the little bit of flavor. Chef Dennis, have you ever made SOS?
Yes, I have. Not for a long time though.
So, well, I grew up making that, and this is one of the tricks that I learned is that you need moist vegetables, and then when you add this, it won't clump up, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, is that corn? That's corn flour, not corn starch, right?
Yes, this is corn flour, and this is. I want to say it's gluten-free.
It should be if it's organic.
Yes, it should. And the only thing that's in it is corn flour. So that's why I bought it for my. I bought that specifically for my gluten-free recipes. Mm-hmm. Now I add the just the.
Do they have
the jar.
Is that where I've seen that?
I don't know if they have this at Trader Joe's. This I get at I can only find it at Whole Foods and one other store, which is a ways off. So when I travel, I'm lucky that, so I added, what I did there is I added the vegetable broth to the jar to get, again, waste not, want not, get all that yummy broth out, or yummy stuff out of the jar. And so then this, I'm going to add 1 can of beans. Did I forget anything? Garlic, onion, carrots.
So this is a white chili. It's not just a white bean chili.
Yes. Yes. So, and I like to, there are 2 kinds of beans that I like to use. One is from Michigan. And then these are Brad's organic northern beans. And I don't rinse them. I just put them right in. Some beans, when I open them up, if it's really cloudy and doesn't look very good, I will then I will rinse them. But usually with organic beans, they're kind of nice. They're just, you know, I don't know why. And then this will thicken up as it heats up, and then you'll have that wonderful mouthfeel, and it will just be it doesn't thicken up, but it thickens up just enough to not be too thick and not be too thin. And too thick is actually better because you can always add a little water to kind of get it perfect. But you know, if it's too thin, then you can't make bath water hot, right? Once it's too cold, it's too cold. You got to drain it and you got to get back at. That's my words of wisdom.
Yeah.
And then this is it. That's as simple as it gets.
Grammy wants to know if you could use red beans or another kind of bean instead of white beans.
You use whatever bean you like.
Yeah. And even a bunch of beans.
Yeah, even a bunch of beans. They were at Target this week. There were 10 cans for $10. Those weren't organic beans, but they're good beans. Just, you know, we eat a lot of beans, so when they have that kind of a sale, I usually buy $20 worth of beans, and then we do just so many things with beans. It's it's kind of crazy. And then this meal tonight, I will serve with, if you follow me on Instagram, the other night I made build your own spaghetti. So I had the pasta, vegan pasta, vegan red sauce, which is a simple garlic tomato marinara kind of thinner sauce. And I did a boatload of vegetables on the side and then some ground beef. And everyone, I hear a cat meowing, but I don't.
I did too. I was hoping it was at your house. I don't have a cat.
I don't hear a cat meow. I don't see a cat, but I hear it meowing. And then, what was that? I'm getting sidetracked by the cat meowing. Go ahead, help me out.
The build your own pasta night with the ground beef?
Yes, it was build your own pasta night. So what was left over from that were mushrooms, peppers, onions, garlic. So I had a lot of those vegetables left over. So I am serving those in tortillas tonight. So I'll just warm up a tortilla. I'll put the warmed vegetables in there. I'll slather it with some guacamole, and then I'll use the guacamole as the kind of the cheese. Mm-hmm. And then those will be what they dunk or they eat on the side.
Very good. Saunds great. Now, how long do you cook the chili for in the slow cooker?
I will put, right now it's still on brown saute because I wanted to bring it up to a boil, and then I'll cook it low until dinner time.
Okay.
You know, I'll check it. You know, I'll probably check it before I leave. I have to leave the house at 1, which is and then I'll check it before I go. And if it looks like it's looking good, I'll shut the crock pot off and just leave it. But yeah, I may add more beans. Before I go to serve the dinner, I'll say we have tortillas, or I can make rice with this. And then they get a choice of, do they want rice? Some of them like rice in the soup. Some of them just like the rice on the side with maybe some, Cuban bean sauce on top of it. So I kind of make a main meal, and then they get to add to it.
Very cool.
So that's kind of how I'm able to make everyone happy in the kitchen.
Well, that's a good thing, and you're giving them a lot of options and having them try different things by offering them those options. So that's good.
And then they get involved too. I mean, they make, if they want rice, I'll say, okay, can you start the rice for me? And and then that, just the simple idea of them figuring out the water to rice ratio and making sure the lid's closed. I mean, it's not that hard. It's water, it's rice, it's closing the lid and flipping it. But those are those are all kind of simple life skills. But not every kid knows how to make rice.
No, not every adult knows how to make rice.
So, and one of my mentor moms said she had rice, and I'm like, oh, and my kids were really, really young. I mean, I think I only had 3 kids at the time. I'm like, oh, my kids haven't eaten rice since rice cereal, and they just won't eat it. And she was like, you really need to make them like rice, however you can do it, because if they go on mission trips and they go out into the world, they're going to be eating like this ricey gruel, and they've got to be able to eat that. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to do their job and serve in that way. And I thought that was a great tip to try and just get them. And it's such a staple.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I have to go. You're welcome to stay on and talk to your viewers if you want.
Oh.
But I have to go start my show.
Okay. Thank you, Chef Dennis.
You're welcome, and I'll see you next week.
Okay, and I'll pop on as soon as I'm done here.
Sounds good. All right, guys.
Okay.
Have a good rest of the show.
Okay. Oh, the seat is locked. Okay, so, Grammy, did you? Okay. I'm gonna go back. Could I substitute? Did anybody? Okay. Yes, I'll have the recipes. Okay. All right. Oh, we're still recording. Then I'll have to shut the recording. Okay. All right. Am I a co-host? Evidently so are you okay, so how old are my kids? My kids now are 8, 10, 12, and 14. So, oops, my spoon fell in there. Okay. You are a host. Yeah. Well, yeah. I think when Chef Dennis had me go out, he made me the host. But I wonder if I get out of one of these, will the seat open up? Should I try that? Let me take myself out here. You can't unlock the seats. Okay, so only Chef Dennis can unlock the seats. Okay. Okay. Well, I am a host. Well, I have an H. Okay, I'm learning. Oh. Oh, I can. Okay, open a seat. Do you guys want to come on? Okay. There we go. Hey.
Great job.
Hi. All right, do you want to come on? Ta-da. Yay. Christine, do you want to come on? I have an open seat. Yes? Come on, join me. Come on.
Listen, I am not camera ready. If I can do it, you can do it. Oh, that would.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Put your boss on. Let me talk to him right now. We'll see how that goes. Okay. All right. So did you have any questions that I can answer?
Renee, it was fantastic. You did such a good job. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Okay. How do I stop the recording? Oh, pause recording. All right. I'm going to pause the recording.